All right, so this is the North Peak. So I'm going to give you a tour of the North Peak. I know I've done this before, but I'm going to do just section by section so you know what each section is. So this is the North Peak. How you get here, there's many different ways. So we're going to start here. See how this goes. So you can go this way. So we're going to try this way because we haven't gone this way before. So we're going to try this way and see what it presents. Okay, so it's really not that, wasn't that big of a deal. I wanted to go that way, but it threw me this way and I hesitated. But fairly easy. And perfect, we have a vehicle that doesn't belong here stuck. Let's see if we can't go around him. This happens all the time up here. All right, so this is the tricky spot right here. So you can go this way. So we're going to try this way because we haven't gone this way before. So we're going to try this way and see what it presents. But fairly easy. And perfect, we have a vehicle that doesn't belong here stuck. Let's see if we can't go around him. This happens all the time up here. All right, so this is the tricky spot right here. How you doing? You okay? I hesitated. I need to be committed over there. So, well, what's on top? This is a GoPro battery, and then I have a Insta360 on the back. So the Insta360 gives me some weird views, but it also is recording my audio from the helmet. And then I also record the audio from that camera through the helmet through Bluetooth for the Cardo. What's that? Yeah, I do. I tend to take a lot of videos. Yeah, this changes every time because people stack rocks there. And I'm thinking that this is probably the better way. I think I'm going to come this way and go through these rocks right here and blast through that and right up this. This is difficult because it goes down into a dip. And if you get offline, you get offline. So let's see if I can pick this puppy up. I wasn't planning on dropping her today. I rode my my CRF300L yesterday, and I've taken it up here. But when you drop it, I got to pull out the rescue kit. That's my rescue kit right there. So it's a 10-to-1 pulley system, so I would just attach it to there and upright, because I can't lift the bike. This one I can't. The other one, that's 600, it's about 550. This one's only 350. What's that? So I lead a heavy metal beginner ride. So it's for big bikes. It's not this. You know, it's kind of an introductory to getting off-road with your big bikes. It's on Facebook, so Austin ADV Riders. I host it every week, but I alternate heavy metal to beginner to heavy metal advanced, which this would be the advanced. It's totally doable though. So seeing this line right here, if I was on the AT, I would go right up that way. So are you rejockeying? Okay, because I was going to roll back there and blast up this. All right, providing I can get the bike up. Yeah, it's just I have a bad hip. Well, that wasn't too bad. Roll down the hill. The only issue with rolling down the hill is I can't see what's behind me. Yeah, exactly. All right, I think if I drop it again, I definitely will. Because that was my only lift for today. Trying not to. I dropped my bike 3 times yesterday. What's that? Yeah, but I was with 3 other riders. Well, it's better than running. I don't know what I'm stuck on. All right. Plan is to go. It looks really bad from here, but when you're up close, the problem with something like that is if you get thrown that way, you're screwed. That's why I usually take this. What I'll probably do is loft over that, because then it keeps, I need to stay left. So if I were to go up where I was talking about, unless I'd have to come from over here and cross like, so that I end up over there coming at it, which I may do. I may just get up over here and then go right up those rocks right there. It just looks like a sheer wall, but it's not really. It just looks like a sheer wall. Of course, you figure that out. You're like, okay, easy, hard, I'm going for the hard. All right, Tony, nice to meet you. All right, so if I do drop it, I'm gonna ask for help this time. I'm still trying to contemplate whether I just go straight and go right up that. Okay, I gotta hype myself up for this. Oof, oof, oof. That big shelf looks very, very intimidating. Go, baby, go. Not too bad. It's all about momentum and commitment. I wasn't committed and I didn't have the momentum. One thing about this this bike versus the AT, this bike is all over the place. The AT isn't. Meaning that front wheel, it's just, you can get thrown off your line so easy. So I prefer to take this on the Africa Twin, and I'm just taking this so I can get some practice on the line, because that's totally doable what I just did on the AT. I've done it before. I've dropped the bike there before, but I've also made it up that. think that actually the first time I ever went up that, I made it up that. It's all the other times after that, because there's either a vehicle, like the vehicle was there, but he was not in my line, so there's no excuse on that. He was not hindering my riding. All right, back to riding. I would not attempt that straight up ahead. I don't care how much of a badass you are. You probably could do it. So that was third gear. It felt a little tall, but you got to have your momentum. The rest of this is pretty easy. You can cross over right here, go up high. This one's pretty easy too. Just stay left, keep your momentum, cross over. Same here, just keep your momentum. Go where you need to go. The outside's kind of better on this just because you're getting thrown into this wild stuff here. I mean, this is a challenging run for a dual sport for sure. So if you're wanting to get out there and get some more experience in your dual sport, this track right here will absolutely do that, and then it'll be amplified with the mud. So you have all these, you just got to stay away from the dangerous stuff, maneuver, keep your momentum, and you're good. I know that's intimidating. It's intimidating to me too, because you really have to be on it. You could take that seated, but that's going to beat you up. Don't want to go that way. This way is a piece of cake. Main thing is keeping your momentum. I see dust, so that might be someone crawling up this or going down it, so always want to be in control. You could get bounced into a watermelon, so got to be careful with that. That's going to be tricky right there. Wonder if that was just wind. This kind of terrain is really good for your front braking, stopping power. When you get on this hard stuff here, you don't want to do that in the loose. We'll take this to the top and we'll call that the end of this north. So it turns into the North Pole from here, which is pretty tame. You get some fun there where you get to lift the front end. You can go left. It's not really anything, it could even be just easier. No, so I think on the way back I go left. So this does get harder with the mud, just because Like this, it's dry. But when you get vehicles going through that and they splash over, that's when you get, it makes it a little harder because that water area widens. Okay, so this one, you don't want to go right. You want to go right down the middle and then go right. So you just want to take this, just roll right down this, easy, keep right, and you're good. That was in second gear, but remember I'm geared down, so. All right, here you can go many of ways. I'm gonna go right. You can go left, it's really not that hard. I haven't taken this one here, it's just, I think it's a little bit, I'd have to really investigate it and I'm not into it today. This one's hard enough right here. So just have your momentum and go for it. Stay on your line. This one too, fairly easy. Just have your momentum. Stay on your line. Don't panic if you get bounced around. Fairly easy on the dual sport. So we'll call this ride the dual sport ride. So this would be the, I'm going to say intermediate to advanced, more leaning towards the advanced for dual sport. If you're a, you're full-on enduro guy, then that's going to be no problem for you. So it looks intimidating, but it really isn't. You just want to stay, don't get bounced out of your line because you don't want to be left or right. You want to go right down the middle. You will have some loose stuff here, so keep your speed under control. Again, this is new for you. And don't hesitate to loft the front end up. That's all practice. Okay, so this one we have plenty of options. So we're going to go right beside this guy and just power on up. You do have embedded rock, but otherwise this is a third gear climb. Again, this would be advanced for heavy metal, and I would say intermediate for dual sport, depending on your level. Okay, so this might look like, oh shit, what am I going to do here? Don't worry about it. Just dodge these rocks and go right through it. It's pretty smooth. It presents itself fairly quick as to what it's going to be and what line you want to take. So I'm going to straddle this one. If it was wet, this might be a little more difficult just because you don't want to end up in there. So just keep on the power. Go wide because we're going to go right here. We're not going up that way. That way is going to be hard enduro trials kind of stuff. It still gets you to the same spot. It's just not going to be as rough as that. It's a little more forgiving. So you do have a hill climb right here. It's not, it's going to do a sharp turn up here, so you could either go all the way on the outside or you can go on the inside. So I'm going to take the inside. So that was third gear into second. fairly tame loop. Again, relative to weather and vehicles, traffic and stuff, you know, there's a lot of people out here, so you want to expect that. Okay, so on this one, it changes. So I'm going to go on this side, and I'm going to keep here because I've crossed over before, but I didn't like that. So you got a nice little drop there, just take it. There are other ways to do it. This one's going to be easier if I'm not mistaken, because it's pretty, you know, straightforward. There is loose stuff, so you do want to make sure you're in your right lane. Versus the wrong lane. So sometimes you have to go left just because that's the course is really leaning that way. Oh, by the way, it is a beautiful morning. It is, I don't know what the temp, but I started at 51. I got my heated vest on. I'm totally warm. I have it on low. This again is all easy. You know, you've already done the hard part. So now it's just like enjoying and then ready for the next loop. But we'll conclude this loop when it's finished, just so that you have an idea of, okay, this is this loop. This is the North Pole loop that I'm going to call. This is all pretty tame. Just don't get out of control and you'll be fine. Yes, you can take that spur. I'm not sure where that, I think it ends out over here somewhere. All right, so you have the choice to go left or right. So this will end right here.